Project recently I thought I'd post, and it just shows how I take an Osirix model and basically trace the outlines the major shapes that I want from it to use it in a Photoshop document, and that's what you're seeing here. This is sped up this is 10 minutes of video, and it's compressed down to a minute, so it's about 10 times the speed. The main thing that I want from it is the line quality. I'll show you the final piece. This is the final piece. It's not perfect, but it's quick and dirty and gets the job done. So, and then this is the final outlined piece from Osirix that you really see. And basically I paint different shapes and then I enclose those shapes in, let's see here if I can get this where I want it. So here what I'm doing is I'm just sorry about that. All right, so here what I'm doing is I'm just tracing over. Again, this is 10 times the speed, and what you'll see is I start drawing the jaw on that side, and I'm like, well, I shouldn't do that. I should just copy and paste it and reflect it, and that's what I do there, so that I know they're the same. So those are the overall shapes. Then what I do is I come in here and I start painting white behind my lines in order to make enclosed shapes, and that's what you're seeing here. And the reason I do this is that so when I'm laying in flat color, I can magic wand inside a shape and get that shape very quickly. So I'm painting white behind. Let me back up and try to show you that. So if you watch now, what you're going to see is I'm painting behind on the layer behind in Photoshop. And I guess you can't really see it that well, but what it is so I'm going to paint from here across to there behind in white. So when I magic wand inside the petrosal sinus here, I get that shape. I'm making an enclosed shape of the petrosal sinus right now, or of the occipital bone, whichever one I'm doing. But that just basically shows you what I'm doing. And there's a slight gap that you get as a result of doing this. But this is just a very quick way of creating shapes with which I use to lay in flat color. And you'll see that I'm going to jump in and out of quick mask mode to make sure that I have that shape. Okay, and that means at the end I'll be able to click on major outlines, magic wand to shape, drop down another layer and lay in flat color. And that's really the way this works. So let me go through and undo all that. And I'm going to go back to playing this at the actual speed. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm painting white behind my lines in order to make enclosed shapes of the petrosal bone, of the petrosal sinus, so on and so forth. Okay. So that's that, and that's me going again into quick mask mode over and over again to make sure I have all my shapes. Just testing them out here. And there I go. I'm gonna make that one shape. I don't know why I did it exactly that way, but I did. Where it's kept the facet. But anyhow, in here I cut a hole in there so that would be one enclosed shape down there. I don't know. This is the way I work, so I thought it'd be valuable to make a little video that showed it. And now what I'm going to do is, this is halfway through the process of painting where I've grabbed those shapes, and so here I'm painting the cut bone right there with a scatter brush. And I get that shape by going to the major outlines layer, selecting the magic wand tool, and magic wanding inside that shape. And then I know that the paint marks will be constrained to that. Okay? And is it perfect? No, but it's a quick way of working. So here I've got the petrosal sinuses. I clicked in there. I just hit Command, filled it with white, hit Command U, and that's what I wanted. So now I'm going to go through and paint some. And again, this is a very small part of the overall illustration. Let me go through and pause that. right? So the overall illustration is this. So the skull is actually a small part of it, and not even really the most important part, but it has to be accurate. And again, that trick with the painting the white lines behind, it allows some of these lost and found edges to match up, or to still be there, but because I painted white, I can select them as an entire shape. I don't know if I did a good job of explaining that, but I thought it'd be valuable to see how I work. People have asked for this, so that's why I've done it. And so this is me just finishing up the last little bit of drawing. I do think the cintiq helps for this. The quality of drawing and the fidelity of your marks is perhaps a little better than it is with just a regular Wacom tablet. So that's the deal. Thank you.